tell you for a fact, no agent takes any migrant worker out there for them to go and die or for them to go and suffer.
So wanataka juu wanazonga embassy kijiwa awashughulikangi na sisi.
If you run away from home, from your sponsor's home, just know that you are not at the office in Kenya, the office in Saudi, or at any government.
Juu sijawahi kutana hivi na mmoja mwenye amepigwa, at least aniambie nilipigwa sababu ya hii. Sijawahi yona.
There have been outcries of suffering by young Kenyan female migrants working in Saudi Arabia, saying that they are tortured and mistreated by their employers. Some of them have ended up in deportation camp after their contract were terminated by their employers. For alleged misconduct, while others are arrested roaming about in the street after losing their jobs. And to shed more light on this thorny issue, we are privileged to speak to MONICAH, the Secretary General of ASMAK, and Nan Boro, who is the director of one of the recruitment agencies in Kenya. We also get to hear the stories from the two ladies who have successfully worked and returned from Saudi Arabia.
ASMAK is an association of recruiters in Kenya. It stands for Association of Skilled Migrant Workers of Kenya. So we believe everybody has a skill, and we want to empower our people as even they go outside there to look for greener pastures, to look for jobs, that they have a skill so that they can have better, we can have better bargaining power for them, they can get better salaries. I have managed to recruit all kinds of jobs to the Middle East, and how it happens, we receive a demand. Let's say I get a demand from Qatar. Maybe they want 200 security guards. So the first thing that needs to happen is that once I have assured them I can be able to meet this demand for Kenyans, I will need them, or what is required by law. They prepare a demand for me, take it to my embassy in Qatar, that is our Kenyan embassy in Doha. We have labor attachés in these three countries. So it is the work of the labor attaché to receive that demand, attest it. And what is this attestation? What does it mean? It means it is his responsibility to visit the company, visit the workstations where these people will be working, ascertain for me, remember me, I'm now in Kenya, ascertain for me now and for my other Kenyans that true to the letter, this job does exist.
So many girls, even the ones that have taken to Saudi, we have a good communication with them. We check them on daily basis, even if it's not daily basis, at least I formed a group whereby they will let me know how they are doing, and they will interact each other to make them not feel lonely.
Actually, the story is the other way. There are more men in Middle East, and those who saw these jobs more than the ladies. It is only that the jobs, the cadre is different. And the ladies, the kind of job they go for is the domestic, a majority for the ladies. Maybe it is because of the nature of the work that you find that it's more spoken about. But in real sense, even from the statistics, if you can get them from labor, there are more men in Middle East than there are ladies.
Why is
that
it
is
so?
a fact.
Why is
it is
so?
Because for men, for gentlemen, their job categories are a bit more, because remember here we have a culture of those areas that we need to respect. You find that most of those jobs, they will require men to work outside. You will find there are some jobs specifically for them that they will only employ men. You'll find they're having a receptionist who is a man. You'll find them they're having more, they want more male teachers. If they ask you for cleaners, they want more male cleaners than ladies because of their cultures. It is the responsibility of every migrant worker, every Kenyan migrant worker, to do their due diligence before they leave the country. The NAIR portal is in public domain, and people need to know this. You can even apply for jobs through those demands of ours through the NAIR portal. It is the responsibility of every migrant worker, of every Kenyan, even as you hear your people, like if you have a brother who is going, it is your responsibility to visit the office, ascertain from the NEAS portal that this agent is truly registered, because those incidences that you will hear there, it is when people are taking shortcuts, when people are not doing their due diligence, and they're just given a visa and they travel.
Does the Kenyan government, or rather Kenyan embassy in Saudi Arabia, have adequate labor attaches?
No, we don't. I can't say we have. We only have one labor attaché, Mr. Juma, in Saudi Arabia. And remember, Saudi Arabia is really a vast country. It is like the size of East Africa or even bigger. So you can imagine his station in Riyadh. Let's assume Riyadh is Nairobi. And you have someone at the border of Tanzania with DRC somewhere. Or he's in Uganda somewhere. And we have people who are there. So one labor attaché is not adequate for Kenyans. And I can tell you for a fact right now, Saudi Arabia is the safest country for any domestic worker to be. Because every agent has a system. And through that system, I can locate any girl that I have migrated through a click of button from my office. And the way it comes, I have the house number, I have the number of the employer, I have the number of the street number, and I can even comfortably tell that girl, send me a pin and tell me where you are.
But you normally hear girls saying that they were neglected by their agents and all that.
Yes, it does happen.
Yeah. Who are those girls? I mean, how come that some of them, they actually keep on calling back at home saying that they've been neglected, they cannot trace their agents and all that? Tell us about that.
Now, where I can say we are having a bit of disconnect, it is because of the kind of contract that us as agent we are given. Our certificate runs for a year. But the contract for girls ran for 2 years. That is something that we have really strongly spoken to our government about it, that they need to make this certificate of agents to run for 2 years. So that, for example, if I took her to Saudi Arabia in 2019, let my license also expire in 2 years' time, like a contract. So you will get those cases in scenarios where I was an agent this year, but maybe I've changed my mind. I don't want to do recruitment anymore. So I will not even renew my license. It is yearly. And then, remember, I have migrant workers out there. So if I don't have my license, or if my license has expired, but then once your license expires, you automatically cease to be in that system I'm explaining to you called MISTREATED. So those incidences of, you'll hear a girl saying, I called my agent, or even the parents visit the office, it doesn't exist anymore, that really does happen. Remember, once a migrant worker has crossed the border, they become a foreign person in that land, and it is the responsibility of every government to take care of its people through their foreign missions. Who are our foreign missions in this case? It is foreign affairs, not even labor. There are also cases where you will find an agent also is having a misconduct, is misbehaving. They just don't want to follow, or they are being too slow. We also get those cases, and now that is where, as we come in as an association, we have a domestic, in ASMAK we have a domestic sector, which is a desk that we have just assigned to deal with domestic workers only. And that number is also in public domain. That if you are a girl and you're on the other side, you can make a phone call and you'll be assisted through that desk. But our government needs to do more. They need to listen to us, and we need to work together. You may also have a scenario where the girl ran away. And now once you run away, you know you have to breach your contract. And it is not just the girls that run away. That is something that we also need to know. As they are famously known, the Kemboys. We also have Kemboy men out there.
As MONICAH said earlier, we have a system called MISTREATED. That system, you will always go back When you put the name of the girl or the passport number, will bring you and you'll be able to know. Also, you, as an agent, you must have files for your girls who traveled with everything.
So the stories we hear that, oh, we no longer, we don't have anybody picking up us, no. Somebody is unwell and cannot be taken care of.
I can say that it's different, and especially you will get most of the girls who you usually say that. You might not know the people, the girls who are talking that, but most of them, they are K-boys. The ones Monica said earlier, they are called K-boys. If you run away from home, from your sponsor's home, there is no, you just know that you are not at the office in Kenya, the office in Saudi, or at any government. Why? Because you've run away, no one knows where you are.
Nilikuwa Saudi 2019, nikarudi tu this year. Nataka kurudi because nikiwa huko nilifanya vitu mob huko. Nataka sasa nirudi nikuje nimalize whatever it is that nataka. Nimeweza kusaidia familia yangu na vitu mob. Nimebaya mamangu place na nikamjengea na watoto wetu wako sawa, like nimewekea job, sasa wanajitegemea.
Mimi niliwahi enda na natamani nirudi tena. Wakati nilienda, mamangu alikuwa kweli na place mahali pa kuishi, lakini tulikuwa bado tunaishi tu kwa nyumba ya nyazi ya kitambo. Lakini ilifanya nikamjengea. Hata mimi mwenyewe nikapata kununua mahali pangu ka plot. Nimeanzisha kujenga, lakini sijamalizia. Hata imenifanya watoto wangu sasa wanasoma. Na ninatamani waendelee kusoma hivyo, na ile project ya kujenga nirudi at least niendeleze iishe. Niliishi na watu wazuri. Hata tangu niende huko hakuna siku nimewahi call agent wangu nimwambie ati huku niko na shida, hapana. Niliishi tu, tulikuwa tu kama family, si kuchukuliwa kama mfanyikazi yani. Tuliishi vizuri, hata nilikuwa natembea nchi zingine, naenda Kuwait, naenda Cairo. Hivyo wakati mwingine hata naenda na watoto peke yao, naacha wazazi wao. Sasa tuliishi vizuri. Hii mambo na kupigwa ama kunyimwa chakula sijaiona. Hata kwa hizi nyumba zenye tumewahi tembea, tukienda kutembea sijaiona kitu kama hiyo. Mtu amekuita kazi, umeenda pale kazi. Sasa na hiyo nyumba iko na watoto, na watoto si lazima uwe friend, uunde urafiki na watoto, uwalee kama watoto wako. Sasa hivyo ndio nilifanya. Hadi hao watoto wakanipenda kuliko wazazi wao. Hadi huyu mdogo alikuwa anajiconfuse ananiita mama, na mimi si mama yake, mimi ni mfanyikazi. Kwa hivyo tuliishi tu vizuri hivyo, alafu ni kuaminiana. Yaani saa zingine mtu akiacha kitu yake hapo na si yako, ukipata unakuwa tu open, unaambia mtu mama hii kitu liacha hapa. Yaani na ukisikia umetaka kitu uulize, utapewa. Juu Waarabu ni marafiki sana. Bora tu muelewane.
Tumekuambia Waarabu ni wabaya sana, wanapiga wasichana, mambo mengi yanatokea tu. Hata unaona kwa mtandao.
Sasa hiyo naona tu kwa mtandao. Lakini sijaiona hivi. Juu wangekuwa wabaya kama ningekuwa nimepigwa, nimeteswa, nimenyimwa chakula. Sasa hii ningekuwa nangangana kurudi kweli.
Vipi uko hapa hivi umekuwa ukiwasiliana na wao bora problem?
Hata wakati nilikuja huku kuna shida nimekuwa nikipitia, walikuwa wananitumia pesa. Hata vile nilikuja mara ya mwisho walinizindikisha hadi Kenya. Wakakaa hapa Nairobi wiki mbili ndio wakarudi kwao.
Baada ya contract yako kuisha bado
tulikuwa tuna communicate bado.
Na hivi sasa unataka kurudi tena huko?
Narudi.
Na je, utasemaje kuhusu ambao tunawaona Wakenya wenzetu wakisema kwamba wanapigwa, wanateswa? Utasemaje na wewe huko?
Yaani hiyo ndio inanishangaza juu sijajua kiini haswa chenye kinafanya wapigwe. Juu sijai kutana hivi na mmoja mwenye amepigwa at least aniambie nilipigwa sababu ya hii. Sijawahi kuona. Lakini kweli kwa mtandao naona. Sasa hapo sijui ni kwa nini.
Na sasa hebu nieleze kabla ya hapo hivyo. Uhusiano wako na agent wako ukoje?
Uko sawa. Tunawasiliana kila wakati, sijaona shida yoyote.
Most of the agents simu zao ziko 911 because this mtu aweza kukupigia anytime, and what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to pick that call and hear what they have to say. Most of the time you will say, hey, msichana kona shida ama, but when you pick that call, you hear, hey Anne, I've seen you're online, just decided to say hi. So you say, and maybe it's 1 a.m. So for me, I can say the communication, both ladies and gentlemen who are in Saudi and Qatar, is good.
I can tell you for a fact, no agent takes any migrant worker out there for them to go and die or for them to go and suffer. Because honestly, when you get a distress case, even yourself, you get sleepless nights. You want this person to come back? Repatriation takes months and ages. It's not easy. There's no repatriation that takes 2 days. There are so many other protocols and other things. How did you travel? Who took you? Are you still in the contract? By the end of the day, whether you are outside the contract or not, you are still a Kenyan and you still need to be assisted. So people need to work together. Agents we cannot put ourselves in a corner and blame government, blame NITA and blame NER. No, neither can NER, Labour, every Senate, Parliament do that. We all need to work together.
You have heard the side of the story, the agents and the returnees. Please subscribe to this channel for more human interest stories and get to hear the other side of the story.